Hey, so it's SSSVEDA, Day 9, April 9th, 2015, and I'm Rebecca Palmer, as you may already know. And today we're talking about, do you volunteer? Volunteering to me is something that everybody needs to do. We all are capable of sharing our gifts, sharing our abilities, and lending a hand. It feels rewarding when you're able to give forward. And when you're able to apply it to someone in need, especially in your local community, it just feels so good. So there's another number of ways you can volunteer. It may be to help people sorting food, it may be to help serve dinner, or volunteer at your church. Perhaps you're running a daycare at the church, the Sunday school room. You can offer design services. You can do other fundraisers. Maybe your business is celebrating an anniversary celebration, so perhaps sell hot dogs or something and use the money from that celebration of your business and donate some of the proceeds to a local charity. You can have dress down days. You can do all types of things. You just have to get a little bit creative and reach out to the organizations that you would like to support. There are so many wonderful organizations out there. Everything from international organizations like Red Cross and United Way to your local community, women's shelters, the food banks, the Out of the Cold programs. And there are other ways to volunteer as well. Getting involved in your community is a great way to do it. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you may be trying to help establish and build your entrepreneurial community. So one of the ways I volunteer is to get involved in the entrepreneurial community. I've hosted things like startup drinks. I've facilitated sessions of Very Open Coffee Club, and I've even planned free events for entrepreneurs and business owners, such as last year's Unleashing Ideas Beyond Your Borders event, where we had several local business people come in and talk to others about how you can expand your business across the world, and not to think just inside your little community, because you have exponential reach available, especially with technology and everything that's going on today. And you can also volunteer in other organizations such as the schools and public service. Personally, I sit on the Barrie Public Library Board. I've got my little mug here, little demonstration. This is my reward for serving on the board, which is only a small fraction of what I benefit from being there. In addition, when you volunteer, you learn a lot of skills. Just being on the library board, I have learned all types of things, including negotiation contracts, hiring procedures, policies, bylaw writing, Robert's Rules of Order, and Kishi, I can never pronounce that. But I have learned a lot of information that I wouldn't have learned in a normal workplace or in my normal business. And it is a great way to learn different skills that aren't necessarily in your field but might help you later on. I also serve on our entrepreneurial advisory board at Georgian College, and being part of that board gives me a little bit of insight into not only the college, but also into, it allows me to give feedback on things that I think may be a good idea to look at, or things that maybe aren't working as well as they should that we could change. And it also gives me a little bit of interaction with the students. So once or twice a year we usually do a little bit of a speaker's corner, and we talk to the students about business. And while you might not think of that right off as volunteering, it is a way of volunteering. You are giving back. You're sharing your knowledge. You're sharing your experience to empower others. Other ways I hope to volunteer in the future is I'd really like to build a school in one of the third world countries. I don't have anything really in mind right now, but that is a goal of mine. I'd like to help them. I'd like to empower communities around the world for things like water and having housing, like safe housing. It's amazing when you start opening your eyes how much you realize that we have in Canada and how little people have other places. We have no right to be unhappy with our lives with all we have, because we have virtually unlimited possibilities compared to others. And in many of the countries, especially those affected by war, they're not allowed to do so many things. Education is something that they just wish they could have. Paper, pens, things like that. If we can empower others, it would really help them also empower themselves and completely change the environment for them and what they live. I'm sort of going on a little bit of a ramble here, but I'm obviously a little bit tired, and I'm also very passionate about being able to help others and finding ways to do it. I don't think there's a single excuse as to why you cannot, in some way, shape, or form, help another person. If you are alive on this earth, you can volunteer doing something. Whether it's a big thing where you're doing regular meetings, or it's a one-off thing where you offer some advice, or you take time to talk to somebody. That in itself can be a great act of volunteering. So, yes, I volunteer. I think it's very vital for you to get out and volunteer. Look at what areas you'd like to help. Look at what you'd like to do, and see where that takes you. And you know what? It may not be financially rewarding. In fact, it shouldn't be financially rewarding. But it is so rewarding in all the skills and relationships you will build. And it also gives you a little bit of a reality check at times too, when you realize what other people in certain organizations are going through, the hoops that they go through and the battles that they're fighting. It suddenly makes your own battles not seem so bad. And when you start thinking of everything you can do abroad and what changes need to be made there, and the people who volunteer over there and what they work to accomplish, it's just absolutely incredible, and it really is life-changing. So I'm going to end my really, really random rabble. If you're with me this long, congratulations, because I don't know, I think I lost my point about 4 minutes ago. But bottom line is, get out there, volunteer, find something you like to do, and do it. Offer your help, meet new people, and just volunteer. Okay, so we'll talk to you tomorrow. I imagine my head will be a little bit clearer then, and maybe I'll make a little bit of sense even. So signing off for now. Bye.